Yes, our reporter Paul Hawkins is in Hungary, where over 200,000 refugees have been accepted into the country. Good morning, Paul. Could you please give us the latest?
Yeah, morning, Anaya. 200, as you say, well over 200,000 refugees now who have come to Hungary from Ukraine. The latest situation here at the Barabbas border registration centre is that, frankly, at the moment it's a little bit quiet. The inside of the refugee centre, there aren't many people there. They've all made their way to Budapest and to Zahon, which is the nearest train station to get to Budapest. So some have gone direct to the capital, others are going via train. They've all got on buses, vans, and made their way across, and they're waiting for the next influx on buses from the border, which is in that direction. At the moment, there's a vehicle behind you unloading more aid. So they're taking in, at the moment, I think it looks like bags of crisps, and this is a Hungarian vehicle, so we think that these people have brought donations from another part of Hungary, and they are working with the volunteers here, with the charity Caritas, to fill the tent up, which is just behind me. In fact, there's still a lot of aid here at this facility at the moment. So, yeah, that's kind of the latest here really at the moment,
No, look, absolutely. Are you hearing various stories, are you, from people? I don't know if there's anything you're being told about the current situation, their personal experience, as it were,
Oh, yeah, we've been speaking to lots of people this morning. We spoke to the chief rabbi of Ukraine, someone who's very close to President Zelensky. He was here. He's been helping thousands of people cross the border through various evacuation routes via bus. So he was here earlier, telling us about how the efforts are going and kind of giving us his thoughts on the situation there. We also heard from a young woman who's was living in Irpin, which was heavily shelled by the Russians on Saturday. Her apartment blocks sustained significant damage, and now she's trying to make her way to Budapest, where she's hoping to continue her chemotherapy treatment. She's had one course and she was due to have a second. The war has now intervened, so she's now trying to find out how she can get that treatment in Budapest. Is she going to have to pay for it? Loads of questions and very few answers. We've spoken to one family who've arrived from Kyiv, and they're now heading out to Israel. So people with so many different stories, and some of them have an idea of where they're going and some don't, and it's really quite heartbreaking.
And on that point, Paul, I don't know if you've had this conversation with people or heard what people are thinking on this, but in the UK we've been having discussions over the last couple of days about how many refugees should be taken. Should we have a much more liberal policy? And the government has been shifting towards a much more open policy when it comes to Ukrainian refugees. I mean, have you had any sense there of people wanting to seek refugee status in the UK, or thinking that the UK should be doing more on this?
Funny you say that, and I was just having a chat to a mother and child in there, and they've arrived in the last sort of couple of minutes. And they are making their way to Barcelona, and they said that they do know people in the UK, they know people in London and in Manchester, but they wanted to go to Barcelona, frankly, because the weather was better and the food was better. And you can't really blame them on that account. But also, it is a little bit closer to get to places like Spain and Germany and Poland. We haven't, if I'm honest, we haven't really spoken to any Ukrainians that want to get to the UK, not because they've got a problem with the UK, but more because it's the distance, really. I mean, that is right at the edge, on the just outside the European Union. So people really want to stay as close as they can to Ukraine. If they have to get a home, they're going to places like Western Poland, Germany, Barcelona, etc. But everyone's hoping that they're going to come back very soon.